Hello, campers. Welcome back to the cabin. I hope you could join me by the fire. And today, we got a special video for you guys. I hope you campers can see that because we have Creepshow by Stephen King. And I believe it was the film was made, like it says, by George A. Romero. And as you can tell, if you know the movies, which some of you I'm sure do, or someone who may know comes across this video, Dawn of the Dead was made by George A. Romero. And then we got The Shining by Stephen King, The Carrie by Stephen King, that were made into movies. And then you can see down here it's a screenplay and by Stephen King, produced by Richard P. Rubenstein. George A. Romero obviously is pictured or directed by, and he was responsible for some beautiful art. If you love horror movies, like here, I'll show you. Let me see if I can look this up. Because he made different zombie movies in the same series, more focused on the virus, but here's some of the aesthetics for one. Let me pull it up. No, oh, I looked up art, my bad. But this is what some of them look like. It's pretty cool. They had a, I don't want to, I don't know if I can show that, but here's one. It's like a Walking Dead reference that did a reference for George A. Romero. That's from the first movie. It's free. I think it was, I'm not sure if it's still free, but I think it was free on YouTube. The Dawn of the Dead. It's about like a mall. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Moving on though. They had, they have this comic at Barnes and Nobles. That's where I found it. And it's really just about like little short stories that, one-shot short stories that Stephen King came out with and made into a comic, and they made it into a movie. I have the first one, the second one, really good, like little short horror stories. But let's get started. I'm gonna show the art. I don't think I'll get in trouble for it because it's from 1982, but I don't know how protective they are of Stephen King stuff, so may as well find out together. So it starts with, greetings kitties. Oh, just before we start, for good, this guy always introduces the show or the stories. So, greetings kitties. Welcome to the first issue of Creepshow, the magazine that dares to answer the question, who goes there? It's Father's Day. I'm the Creep, and I'll be your guide on this journey to fear. Our first stop, the parlor of the Grantham house. You'll like the Granthams, kitties. They're the kind of people who steal candy from a baby and lace it with arsenic and feed it to the dog. But read on, you'll get to meet them soon enough. Do you think she'll really be out, Aunt Sylvia? You could sit or watch by her 4 o'clock on the dot. Pass those scones, Cass. You're such a dog. You're such a hog. You married a hog, Henry. You know that, don't you? Will who be out, Cass? And I'll show you the picture as we go. So that's the guy who's talking right over here. This is the family who's all together. Trying to make sure you guys can see it. Alright. We're on the next 2 pages. Oh yeah, I left my bookmark in here. I got a little bookmark. It's Japanese, says love. It's a magnet page. It's pretty cool. You mean Cass hasn't told you about Dottie, old great aunt Bedelia, the patriarch of the clan? Isn't she the one who's supposed to have, well, supposed to have killed her father? Yes. Supposed to have popped the old poop with an ashtray? He was the real patriarch, Richard. Made all the money, didn't he? And if that doesn't qualify for patriarch status, nothing does. Nathan, Grantham Bedelia's grandfather, was older than God, but the old fart simply would not die. Bedelia was acquitted, Henry. It's Hank, Aunt Celia. Can't you remember that? Of course, every family should have at least one skeleton in its closet, don't you agree? Henry, she says in all caps. However, it happened. Hank, the old man, deserved to die. And they put emphasis on Hank. He was a monster. And if she did kill him, I say more power to him. Bravo. Say, kiddies, isn't that fabled Aunt Bedelia herself pulling up as her grateful family discusses her? Not driving any too straight either, but then he simply would not die, Henry. And the abuse Bedelia took, well, according to the story, he was hysterically jealous of her all his life. And then I'm going to show this page here. Damn. So that's them talking, and then Aunt Bedelia pulls up in her car right there. There's not much really going on. They're just sitting around a table talking. But, yeah, maybe you could see why. And then that's the creep talking. Maybe you could see why. Oh, there we go. The compliment Freudian relationship. He had a stroke and she got to nurse him full time. Then she met a man. A real September courtship. That was October and November at the very least. Maybe this night before Christmas. Or maybe the night before Christmas. Never mind, dears. The point is, Henry, she loved the man, and Nathan had him killed. He supposedly died in a hunting accident. That's what's on the books anyway. For Bedelia, it was the last straw. She split his head with a glass ashtray. This very one. So rumor has it. And then Hank gulps. You see, Henry. His name is Hank, apparently, but they're calling him Henry by the aunt. You see, Henry. Richard and Cass have a great talent for spending the money Nathan made, and Nathan would not indulge either of them. But Aunt Bedelia solved that problem, and every Father's Day she comes up here, visits Nathan's grave, and then dines with her grateful kinfolk. Drinking some jasmine tea in the octopus mug. Pretty valid. While you're at it, Aunt Celia, why not tell Hank about your summer house in Bermuda, your place in Rome, or your lifetime Uriel Pass, or Cassandra, darling? How can such a beautiful woman be such an utter turd? Temper, folks. You're arguing almost loud enough to wake the dead. Or maybe we should strike the almost. That was Creep talking. As you can see, like the yellow line means this guy's talking. But this is the other page. This is Aunt Bedelia right here. She's clearly an alcoholic. And the family's just talking, catching them up. And then this is alluding to something right here. Let's keep going. Why Father's Day? Because she feels guilty. Oh, Aunt Sylvia. But it's true, for more than 30 years she devoted herself to him. You might say she even worshipped his foul presence. And then on Father's Day, just 7 years ago, every Father's Day since, 4 o'clock sharp, there she is. That's right, kiddies. Bedelia come home to pay her annual respects. You should set her watch by her, Henry. Or you could set your watch by her, Henry. Every year on Father's Day, like clockwork, says the grief. She'll meditate for an hour, then join us for a nice baked ham dinner. We four owe her so much, correct, children? So that's the aunt talking. And then it's going in the past, showing what Aunt Bedelia dealt with as she smokes. But not even that. A bottle of instant amnesia in your hand can blot out the sound of his cane. Can it, Bedelia? The cane. That was what finally drove you to it, wasn't it? A steady clack, 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 says the creep, and of his cane on the arms of his wheelchair. It looks like Delia's getting just a teeny bit aggravated. Well, she's got a good reason. And then we see her dad, clacking or slamming his cane onto his chair. And he does it over and over as he says, I want my cake. Bedelia, where's my cake? It's Father's Day. I want my cake. And then she's writing on a cake that says, Happy Father's Day. You can clearly see in this picture here. So they were talking, like I said, Bedelia pulls up, drinking herself away, paying respects to her dad, and then this is what the dad was doing. That drove her insane. I guess the final straw. Or one of the final straws. And then it goes on. The creep says, You see, kiddies, when Bedelia told her father she had gotten engaged to Nathan Grantham made a phone call, so her dad called someone, and saw that Bedelia's beloved was welcomed into the family of the real bang. We know these hunting accidents, don't we, kiddies? Well, so does Bedelia. And then we see, she remembers the morgue, the stench of formalin, and the terrible question. Yes, kiddies, Bedelia surely does remember. Can you identify this man as Peter Richard Yarbrough, your fiancé? Oh, God. She cries and says no. And then, I want my cake, Bedelia. Where's my cake? So it goes into the past here, showing that the guy was, or her husband, Peter, her fiancé, was shot in a hunting accident here. Dies. Shot in the face by a shotgun, it looks like. Then she's writing the cake, the clacking, as she's remembering all this, the body, that's her fiancé. And then you clearly see here, he was shot in the face, right here. See, that's a kill shot right there. She's just pissed off right now, ruins the cake, and he keeps bitching about his cake. At least he knows what he wants in life. Just trying to see something. Alright. See, that's the next page. Well, Nate never did get his cake on that Father's Day 7 years ago. He got one hell of a surprise. Right, kiddies? Says the creep. Where's my Father's Day cake? I want it. I want. Bedelia, no, no. Happy Father's Day, Daddy. We'll have the cake later, okay? And Bedelia says as she raises the ashtray and slams it into his head as her father begs out not to be hit in the head here. I just want to show you the panel. Clearly he gets hit in the head. Here with it. Nice shot too, dug into his skull. Definitely caved his head in. Okay, you shouldn't have had Peter killed. But happy Father's Day anyway, Daddy. Happy, and then she starts cackling out of insanity. And now in the Grantham family graveyard, says Scream. Daddy, I'm so sorry, but you should have let me have Peter. You didn't have to have him killed. I still would have taken care of you. Too late, Delia. It's startling to look at as if Daddy will soon be taking care of you, says the creep. I just got so mad, you know. I think it was the sound of your cane hit. Got into my head and I couldn't think. Clearly we see here, she's in the graveyard, drinking again, talking to him. It's his dead body after seeing when she died. Then we see someone's hands coming up from the grave. The cold hands of death. Anyway, Daddy, I miss you. So happy Father's Day. Daddy, oh my God, Where's my cake, Bedelia? It's Father's Day and I want my cake. No, stay back, you're dead. Dead. It, I want it. It's mine. Dead. She chokes because the zombie grabs her. Dead. She gargles. Where's my Father's Day cake? As she strangles his daughter. As she struggles to breathe. I'm trying my best with this. I want my cake, you bitch, and I'm going to have it. I think he says bitch because it's censored, but we're going to assume he does. Clearly we see him over here. Sorry. He comes out from his grave. Then she notices and is very confused how this is happening. And then he comes out. That's what it looks like. Then she falls out of like surprise. He chokes her. Keeps choking her, assuming he kills her. Then he just goes on about his cake. Meanwhile, shall I glaze the ham? You better wait another 5 minutes, Miss Danvers. She's late. Perhaps she's fallen asleep, Richard. You better go out and check. I don't want to go out there. The place gives me the creeps. I'll go, Aunt Sylvia. Would you, Henry? How sweet. Sweet, my Fanny. If I hadn't got out of there soon, I think I would have barfed. That's right, Hank. Brown knows the old bag. Anything to worm your way into Aunt Sylvia's graces. Aunt Delia? Richard was right. It is creepy out here. Miss Grantham, are you? Huh? Clink as he kicks the bottle by accident. Delia's bottle, empty. Right here at the foot of Nate's grave. Funny. The earth's all loose. Like it was dug up recently, or... What? It has been dug up. Can't catch my footing of falling as he falls into the grave. So clearly we see he goes out here and he's calling for her, checking, and then he falls into the grave right here. Better get out of there quick, Hank, baby. Ugh, of all the fucking clumsy. But what's that you're grabbing? A brand new jacket, too. Got to pull myself up out of. Meet Aunt Bedelia, Hank. I knew you'd dig her up if you looked long enough. Didn't we, kiddies? Oh God, Bedelia. It's rolled on top of me. Can't move. Well, the headstone, it moved. Oh God, it's tilting. It's gonna. Oh God, no, Lord. Nate, no. So clearly he fell into the grave here, and he's stuck. He goes to pull himself out. That's Aunt Bedelia's dead corpse that he didn't realize, and then falls on top of him. I don't know if this. I don't think the zombie's pushing it, but somehow this gravestone's falling. It's gonna crush them. Some way to go out. Old Hank didn't know what Aunt Bedelia's visit was going to become such a grave matter in approaching their house. Looks like you just can't keep a hungry man down. Where's my cake? Where is he? I'm hungry, and I want my dinner. Richard, go find him. You find him. He's your husband. Besides, I think he's a hick. Richard. Well, I do think he's a fucking hick. If you're going to use that sort of language, you'll have to excuse me. I'll find Henry. Miss Danvers, have you seen? So clearly, the zombie makes his way into the house, and we see Hank gets crushed right here. They were talking, and like I said, he was making his way into the house. Miss Dan, It's Father's Day and I want cake. As he snaps on Sylvia's neck and twists it all the way around. I'll show you. But so take it this way and then push it more. And I mean to have it. It's Father's Day. Richard, did you? Yes, it came from the kitchen. Oh my God. It's Father's Day and I got my own cake. Happy Father's Day to me. Oh my Lord. Ah. As Richard and the other woman scream. Now that's what I call a twist ending. Kitties. Nate did all the twisting and Sylvia ended. Poor old girl. Just lost her head. And went all to pieces. But the worst part came when old Nate blew out Cass and Richard's candles. Poof. But why hang around here? While my next terror tale awaits. I'll show you this last page here for this comic segment, or for this story segment. So she enters, finds the maid or chef, and her attendant, she's dead. She freaks out, and then he kills her, twisting her head around all the way. So you can see him then ripping it off. He goes to make his cake. They freak out because they see him. Here he is doing a grand reveal of his cake with on Sylvia's head. Then I'm assuming it kills them too. Alright, and then the next one. The next one is The Lonesome Death of Geordie Verhill. But we'll get to that one in the next video. So we'll take our little bookmark here. We'll mark it. And then I'm thinking after this comic I'll do Junji Ito's. Junji Ito's, some of his horror manga I have. And this has been Father's Day with Creepshow. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I hope you enjoyed the fire. I'm going to say it was pretty fun reading that video, reading this comic. I enjoyed it. If you guys enjoy more content like this, don't forget to put in the comments, subscribe, notifications. Just give me some form that I know that you guys are enjoying that kind of content or what you want to see next. I'll see you campers in the next video. Bye.